What's going on, everybody? It's Coltsay coming back at you with another video. And in this video we're going to be talking about KovaaK's. Now if you don't know what KovaaK's is basically an aim trainer that you get off of the Steam store for around 10 bucks. Now as in the other video, I'm going to be going over things that I like, things that you should know going into KovaaK's, things I don't like, and then I'm going to talk about is it worth getting. So first of all, things that I like. There's an immense amount of aim trainers that you can access. There's a ton of games that people have created and that the creators of KovaaK's have created that you can take advantage of. And if you like, you can make your own aim trainer, which can be very useful. It is cheap enough and justifies the price at $10. There are some other options that you can take advantage of, but as far as I can tell, this is one of the best ones. Also, in my experience, it really does work if you use the correct courses to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Now, before KovaaK's, I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I couldn't hit anything. I could hit everything other than the person I actually wanted to hit with my gun. And whether that was Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, no matter the game, I couldn't hit anything. After going through this course and looking up YouTube to figure out which courses I should take advantage of, I was able to hit my target with so much more accuracy. Also, if you are playing popular games such as Fortnite or Apex, you can set your sensitivity to either exactly what you want to play on when it comes to Apex, or almost exactly what you want to play on when it comes to Fortnite. Now, it's not exact when it comes to Fortnite. You're going to want to go over to Fortnite slider and it's almost exact, but there is an in-game client that you will have to download that will be able to allow you to set your sensitivity to exactly what your Fortnite sensitivity is. Another positive, another thing that I like, is that you can change the gun reticle to mimic the gun in the game that you are playing. They have the old pump shotgun reticle, which I know that the pump shotgun isn't in Fortnite as of this moment, but it is still a good thing that they have multiple reticles to kind of mimic different games that you'll play. And then another huge positive, you can find different courses in both first person and third person shooters, meaning that the ones that you see of the different people playing in a first person view, you can also find those exact same scenarios like Tile Frenzy in a third person shooter, and it will kind of mimic going from Apex where it's first person to Fortnite where it's third person. Alright, so things to know going into it. It does cost money, of course, like I've already mentioned. And then there are other aim trainer courses, such as in Creative Fortnite, there's a ton of different courses you can take that are almost exactly like KovaaK's. There's also the training arena in Apex. CSGO has their own mode where you can shoot bots, and then so does Overwatch. So it all depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Now, of course, these ones aren't as diverse in their training as KovaaK's. KovaaK's has a ton of different scenarios that you can take advantage of, where they don't really have as many scenarios. For Creative Fortnite, you can kind of create these different scenarios, but it's still not exactly the same. Another thing to note, that even though all these courses are in order from what is most popular at the top, you are going to have to watch YouTube videos to figure out which ones are probably best for you. Now for me, what I use is Ascended Tracking version 3 and then Tile Frenzy. I use those two the most. Those two are my favorite. There are different ones like Tile Frenzy 180. There's different ones where you can make the targets smaller, make the targets bigger, whatever you want to do. But those two are by far the ones that I use the most, and then I also use Tile Frenzy 180 every once in a while. Now another thing to note, if this is the route you're going to take to try to improve your aim, it will get boring after a while. It isn't exactly fun just shooting at targets and not exactly playing the game that you want to be playing. But eventually, in the long run, you will get to the point where your aim improves a ton. Your flick shots will get better. If you use Extended Tracking version 3, version 2, whatever version you want to use, your tracking is going to get immensely better because you can also switch how fast the bots are moving. And if you're able to improve your accuracy while making the bots move very fast, in game it's gonna seem like everyone's moving slow. And then now on to things that I don't like. KovaaK's at the current moment does not have controller support. So even when you want to switch to PC and you still want to play a controller, such as like Ghost Aid and Nick Mercs, they cannot practice on KovaaK's. So as of right now, you have to take advantage of other aim training courses, whether that's in Fortnite, take advantage of Apex, whatever you want to take advantage of. As of right now, you cannot use KovaaK's if you have a controller. It is only mouse and keyboard. Second thing I don't necessarily like is that when you first boot into KovaaK's, it is a little confusing trying to figure out what to do. That's why I do suggest watching YouTube videos on what different people do as far as when they get into KovaaK, but it can be a little confusing when you first get into it if you've never seen any reviews or anything on this before. So last but not least, is it worth it? I would say yes, it is. It's completely worth it. If getting better is your goal and you want to practice, this is one of the best ways to practice. If you want to try to speed up the process of getting to the level that you want to get to, then this is the game that you want to download, and this is one of the best ways to do it. Now of course, it is $10. Not everyone has $10 just to spend on an aim trainer. You can go into Fortnite and essentially practice exactly what you want. But what sets this one apart from those creative maps in Fortnite is that you can set your sensitivity to most of the popular games that you want to, and they're almost all exact. Fortnite, for whatever reason, not exact, and I think it has to do with Fortnite's sensitivity settings and that they're not exactly perfect on that one because they only go to 2 decimal points, where KovaaK's allows you to go to like 3 or 4. So it's not exactly perfect when it comes to Fortnite, but it is damn near perfect when it comes to every other game. And so you're able to practice for other games as well as Fortnite and try to figure out what the perfect sensitivity is for you. And then on top of that, if you do have the $10, it is only $10. $10 isn't that much, and this is gonna help you immensely if you use it correctly. Through all the different courses that you can do, it is insane how well you'll improve when it comes to accuracy in shooters. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Again, I am Ghost Aid and hope you all have a great day.